I wanted to be able to clone people's voices and show them that it was possible and that I could do it and anyone can clone your voice. And so I think it's really important to raise awareness that there is dangers in AI. You never know who you're speaking to anymore, you never know what you're watching, what you're seeing, you can trust it. I think it's such a kind of scary but new thing that many people don't know about yet. There's quite a few different elements in my piece. One of them is the phone, which is kind of the central piece of it, and that is something that it will ring, the visitor will pick it up and speak to it, and a mysterious voice will talk to them for a while, and then after a while the voice gets more and more similar to their own, starts copying their mannerisms, how they're speaking, and eventually it copies their entire voice. And once they hang up, the metal speakers on the walls they will then start vibrating and read out a poem about AI using the viewer's voice against them. Yeah, a lot of people did ask me if AI had written the poem, and people ask me for that quite often. I felt like that kind of went completely against the narrative of what I was trying to say, although it would have been a lot easier. I was really interested in how the data that the AI has been trained on is our own data, whether we know it or not. Anything you post online on social media, anything you like and share, that's all being fed into algorithms that you don't know about. So from the get-go, it's built on humanity's data and what we put out there, and they train it without really letting us know or telling us. So they're almost the child of the entirety of humanity, but one we don't know about, and that's kind of why I thought the cuckoo really resonated with it. Being laid in another bird's nest, and we're feeding it constantly and getting fatter and fatter, but instead of looking after our own and giving that power to our own, to humanity, it's being used to just train these these kind of scary, well, not scary, but these AIs which don't really have any control over, and they're doing that, have their own agenda. So originally, because I wanted it to be the cuckoo's nest, I had an idea to fill this room with metal spikes all around the room, so it was like a big metal nest of spikes. Unfortunately, I was told it was the biggest trip and impalement hazard that they've heard of so far. So that was off the table, so I realised it was better to be a bit more minimalist, like a bit more stripped back. The only way to get a good recording of someone's voice was to get them on the phone. So the phone was really a front, just to get people to give a little conversation, so I can get a really good, clean audio sample of their voice, and then use that to get a good clone of it, and then read a poem out in their own voice, a poem about the danger of AI and being careful what you can trust online. For me, sleepless nights just on the phone to myself, just testing the script that I had for it, testing the voice killing capabilities, trying to put on funny voices to see if I could, because it was my own voice every time, I had to see if it would work this time, so sometimes I have to put on a silly voice and then see if it cloned that silly voice instead of my usual voice. I really enjoyed having that really big contrast of really old technology paired with the newest technology. I used to have GPT poems written out on a typewriter, or now I've got a voice cloning AI in a 1940s telephone, which I'd love to go back and show them what that telephone's been used for now from when it was made in World War II. There's also a whole soundscape that plays in the background. There's a soundscape called the Cuckoo Calls, and it's a kind of low synthy soundscape. It sounds really, really good in the speakers, and then it slowly morphs in the background to all the sounds get replaced by the cuckoo's call bit by bit in different frequencies. The feedback on the piece has been really positive. Lots of people have been amazed by it, slightly terrified by it, and have gone away with a bit of a new perspective of something that they never really knew was available. They never really knew was out there in the internet already, and it gave them a good perspective to be more wary of what was online and what they see and what they can believe, which I think is probably the best takeaway they could get from it.